Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Raul.
And it's Mike.
And we'd like to welcome you back to the AO podcast, and this is episode 35. Now, real quick, before we get into anything, as always, make sure you follow us. All the links for all our socials are down in the description.
And
make sure you listen to us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and also subscribe right here on YouTube. But with that being said, as you can tell by the title of this episode, and if you've been watching like the last 2 episodes, you'll know that this is a big one.
We've been coincidentally building up for both of the things we've been talking about, actually.
So this is, as you can tell by the title, of course, we are going to be talking about my X3 experience from this year.
Pornography.
Because as we're recording this, it is Wednesday, so I went this past weekend on Friday and Saturday. But before we get into that fun stuff, we gotta cover Wednesday, some not so fun stuff first.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now that I think about it, these last 2 episodes, like the first topics have been kind of fucking depressing.
No, it's because
literally the last episode we had to talk about the California wildfires, and in this fucking episode, what do we got to talk about, Mike?
We got to talk about the day that Mr. Trump man came in as president, the inauguration, which also was Martin Luther King Day, which I think is a very sad irony. But also, there's a lot of things wrong with both what happened before and after. But the main thing I really want to talk about, which might get censored by the YouTube, because everything is gonna be censored for a bit, sadly. But I want to talk about this because Musk looking a little Hitlery on that stage with and people because people are blaming him being autistic, which is crazy because they act like people who have autism don't know that Hitler's fucking bad.
Wait. Real quick. Now that you said that, I don't know you, because the thing with fucking Twitter now is you can't see who likes shit now. So I don't know if they just came across my timeline or it's something you liked, but it was a fucking video of, I think it was Elon Musk sitting next to Barron Trump.
Fucking yeah, that video.
Yeah, and it's funny because on one hand you see Elon Musk losing his shit, but then on the other hand, you see Barron just chilled out, spaced out, just sitting there.
Yeah, he's and just off.
And the fucking tweet was the 2 forms of autism.
And I'm just I hate how that's accurate, but also you shouldn't use a disability like that to really like someone else using that disability as an excuse to pass off as what it looks to be a very wild gesture.
Yeah.
And he did it twice. He did it to the audience, and he did it to the flag in back of him. I don't know what the fuck, but and it's just and there's people, everyone, including these, are saying that's a salute, but you know the right.
I hate that I have to censor that word.
I know, it's fucking crazy, right? You see what I'm talking about, audience? It's just I
mean, we can do the salute, but you can't say the word, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. But if you do the salute in Germany, you'll fucking get arrested and shit, But here, it's a welcoming to a lot of people, it's fucking, and then there's info that Elon Musk's grandparents, I'm not gonna go into that because that's a wild fucking thing to go into, and it's just there's tons of laws that are being regressed thanks to Trump. A lot of mandates that might, Congress still needs to appeal or repeal them, we're not there yet. I also don't. I don't know if YouTube's gonna like it, but you don't really trust this country anymore. It's just I'm not gonna get into what I believe, but I do believe that Musk and the billionaires next to Trump don't deserve to be in a place like that. Let alone Trump and his crew of people. But also a funny was when the black have you seen videos of the preacher coming in? And then they're in the background. All of them don't know what to do.
That react is fucking amazing. Oh Oh, just like because the contrast of energy in that fucking video is so fucking funny.
Like you just see Trump like just grinning and shit. Like he's like this dude ain't doing a bad. You know what's fucked up? Because like Jimmy Carter's funeral was recent too, and they all had to go. Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush, the Clintons. Like the worst people in the world, literally the worst people in the world are in that room. But like you see a clip of like first of all Trump sitting next to Obama, which I think is really funny. But like also like you see like Trump leaning over and saying some shit, and then Obama laughing. And at first I didn't know the context of the clip. I'm like, where's this from? And it's like Jimmy Carter's funeral. I'm like, ain't no way Trump just making people laugh during like a fucking eulogy or something. That's just hilarious. But like, you know, I saw a tweet that really like embodied like that, like why that's a very provocative like thing. It's just like for people, we don't realize that Obama did a lot of terrible shit during his term. Like he might have been charismatic and like and stuff, but like he did a lot of crazy shit during his term. But also we can't deny Trump, despite how evil and stupid this man is, he's fucking funny. I fucking hate how funny
you can't deny
funny
he's like
he
comedy
is.
gold, dude.
Like even when he's being the worst evil piece of shit in the world, he's making Obama laugh at a funeral.
Because it's literally, I think the reason for it is because like he's legit, like he's the president, but he just doesn't act like he's a fucking president. Like that's the thing that I think makes him like he's still like. He like this is like it seems like this is just like a job to him, but he's like still Donald Trump. Like it's still, like he's still himself, and I think that's what like because obviously like with people with presidents that we had before, like since they've been like you know politics most of their life, you really learn how to like you know taper yourself down and like speak like more
I didn't get shit.
Like with more etiquette. Whereas Trump obviously fucking comes from reality TV, so like he just says whatever the fuck, and I think that's like for like again, he's still not a great person, but
no,
he's fucking dude's fucking funny, man. I can't lie.
No, it's just like, oh man, bro. Speaking of that, there was a clip of him signing like the orders, like the life-changing orders he's proposing that's gonna affect millions and millions and millions of people. You know what I mean? And the world basically. You know, because like there's, you know, he's investing 500 million or 500 billion. It's a big gap in numbers, but that much money into AI.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Which would like legit fuck up the earth a lot. Like you thought, like the wildfires right now that's happening is gonna be bad. If these things get approved, which I hope don't, but I also know my country being able to do these things, you know, it's just like ugh. But like you see a video of him, he's like signing shit, and he's like, "Which one's this one again?" And then they tell him, "Oh, what's the one where you know da 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 da?" And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then it's just like, man's not even reading; he's just signing whatever the fuck.
Hey, to be fair, at least for if anything, we'll have a while before if these shits even do get passed. We'll have a while before because funny enough, now that you speak on that. So recently, another big thing that happened is TikTok was apparently going to be banned.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit happening that kind of became the background of shit too.
No, but I'm saying but I'm going to bring it back around.
Yeah.
So recently TikTok got banned, and then of course it came back right away
for 12 hours.
But then here's the funny part about that. So. The original TikTok ban was an order that Donald Trump had signed. And it barely got into effect recently. So, I mean...
for 12 hours.
I'm saying, so, like, I don't know if these things will or won't go through.
Yeah.
But at least if they do, we'll have some time.
We'll have some time, and then 12 hours later, Trump will bring it back and then have people saying, "Thank you, Trump." And I'm like, he's the one that brought it in the first place. Oh my fucking god.
That's the one I found really fucking funny.
Oh my god. He's really fooling people. Like, I feel like this is how, like, later Gen X's, early millennials felt when Bush got in twice. You know, because, like, I know Trump has no experience, but Bush is literally a Nepo baby of a president, but still didn't feel like he was president. like when you really look back at that Bush era, it's like how, like that shit was like kind of fucking crazy and like very, very, very fucking crazy. You know.
I
So
think out of all the presidents we had, it's super random thought, but I feel like out of all the presidents we had, Bill Clinton was like the most foolish president ever. And not foolish. Foolish.
He should be doing anything. He got a blowjob. He got caught getting fucking like blown. Like it's
ever.
just like
he got
just cheating.
just
cheating on your wife.
He got caught like fucking on the job. Like what the fuck?
He got so fools just be fucking on jobs.
Bro, fools were fucking at school. I mean, there's.
Oh shit!
I didn't see it, but I heard stories. I heard stories.
No, yeah, those stories are. Those stories are. Oh my god! I know a specific. We're not gonna go into that. We're not gonna. Wow. Oh wow! You just unlocked the shit that shook the shit out of me. Oh,
You'll tell me after.
Yeah. But like, oh my god, you're right though. But like, Clinton was like a very, you know, he did a lot of stupid shit too. You know, not just like the you know, all that cheating shit, but like he did a lot of stupid shit too during his thing. But like, you're right. He was more a little similar to like Obama. He was more a little like laid back and stuff.
That's why, like, again, not speaking on like politics or anything. Mm-hmm. I'm just speaking on their personality.
Yeah.
As far as like Obama goes, I think he was the coolest president we've ever had.
Yeah, you know, it was a very groundbreaking moment, and then like he was doing another thing is like he was doing a lot of stuff for the arts and like a lot of that stuff. So like a lot of like celebrities really liked him, like, and like he really supported that, you know, and you know, and then it's funny because sometimes he posts like his favorite movies of the year, and then so if there's certain movies on there, they'll be like, oh, he likes that because like, you know, he loved.
Oh, I don't know what you're gonna say, but I'm kind of glad you stopped yourself.
Yep, yeah, I was just gonna.
Because I have no idea what the fuck you're gonna say.
Oh, should I say it? You censor it?
I mean, I could do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, cause he loved that.
I had a feeling you were gonna go there.
You know, but like, when you really, that's the thing though. When you really look past that, he did, and not only that, he deported more people than Trump. like both Biden and Obama deported more people than Trump, and Trump's whole thing still is deporting people, and like he sucked at that, you know, and that's why like that first Trump era, like I was like, he's not getting similar to like Obama. He did, you know, he did a lot of dumb shit, but he also didn't go forth on the promises of what he was gonna do. That's why I'm more frightened on now, because it seems like no one's giving a fuck. It really seems like no one's giving a fuck about what he's willing to just do. I know it's gonna take like a while, but that while gets there. Like last year to this year, it's like, what the fuck happened? Like it. So you know, that's why I'm more frightened. That's why I'm more like concerned, at least not frightened, but more concerned. You know, we are in. You know, we are in more privileged, better areas than most, but we still have a lot of people around us that are affected by not only Trump's actions, but the
privileged area.
Yeah, no.
There's
but we live in a better area.
There's a fucking tweaker on.
No, we don't talk about it. You know, he's like these are members of our community. All right, we you know, but like, you know, it's like, he's gonna fucking go there. He fucking just went on there, was like fucking saluting and shit. Like he was a Walt Disney himself, fucking going fucking.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Fucking Walt Disney was a fucking racist.
Oh yeah. He saw Song of the South, was like, we could release this. You know, and it's shit. Yeah, no, it's just like, you know, that's my thing. You know, I'm just more concerned than other people, because there's other people that just don't give a fuck, that focus on them. But you know, there's people around me that I really care about that might be affected by Trump's actions and his fans, because we know his fans love doing dumb shit, and like now they feel like they're able to get away with it. So that's my feelings. That's my feelings toward it.
Yeah.
But yeah, sad shit. But
yeah, that's why I let Mike take the reins on that one, because All I really know is headlines because I'm not gonna lie, I did not fucking pay attention to that inauguration shit.
Yeah. What
Um,
I was talking about to you this earlier. You picked the porn convention that also takes place during the inauguration. So people who are like, I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna go there.
yeah, I mean, they're fucking like-minded people.
I know. And then there's Trump people who went, and then they were like, "Oh, the inauguration is gonna be inside," and they're like, "What?" They're like, "We came all like there's like, yeah, we're farmers, like you know." He's like, "We fucking we have horses to feed. We came all over here to see Trump, and he's not gonna be doing it outside, you know." And I'm just like, you fucking. You stay with your horses. Your horses are more important than Trump. Like focus on your thing. He's not gonna help you in any way. And
Fucking no, but
like feed your horses, please.
so yeah,
That's the lesson.
That's the lesson of the first
feed your horses.
No, but
You know, and fuck Elon Musk.
so okay, so now to move on to some actual fun shit. So again, as I was saying, you see the title, so this is gonna be my recap of my second year.
You and three other dudes
the X3 Expo. Now, real quick, before
went to see some titties and ass.
Before I fucking actually get into it, I want to do a quick recap for those of you who may not have watched like the episode where I talked about my first time going because it was
that was the second episode.
Yeah, so that was a while ago.
Yeah.
But anyways, so last year, I had got put onto the fact that this event was going to be taking place, and I kind of figured to myself, I was like, you know what, fuck it. It kind of seems like one of those spur of the moment things that could happen. Yeah. So I originally when I first heard about the event and I thought about going, I immediately already knew like what two friends I was gonna invite. And so luckily they were actually down. So we did end up going last year. Now the only difference between this year and last year is that it is a 2-day event, and last year we actually went pretty late, and we only went 1 day.
And this time y'all went both days.
Yeah, so this time we did attend both days.
And invited a homie.
Yeah, and actually, I feel like this time around was a little bit more fun than the first time.
Yeah.
Just because I felt like it felt a little more grounded, like we actually knew what the like kind
You're
of
professionals
what the
at this.
It's the second fucking year. We're not professionals.
I'm guessing there's people. He's like, yeah, this is my 35th year here.
Hey, there was some old ass food. But
it's gonna be y'all in the future.
Shut the fuck up.
Y'all next year.
But so anyways, so we ended up going back this year, except this time, like Mike said, there was an extra friend, so shout out to George. Yeah. Because this time it was me, the homie George, the homie Rob, and the homie Nick that ended up going. And we did go for both days. So basically,
you guys did a lot of shit, and like you sprinkled a lot of that through it. But I really want to hear because like we've hanged out before. Like you actually, one of the first things I want to bring up, one of the first times I just knew this was going to be a crazy episode, is like I was getting ready for bed. I'm in my like jammies. I'm in my Pixar like sweatshirt, and my sweats.
Oh yeah,
and then great. You call me, and then I was in like a fucked up mood, but like and then I called and I was like, and then you called me and I was like, oh, is he okay? Because you never call me when you call me, I get worried.
We just text each other.
We text each other. I'm just like, but I don't know why my first thought was like, oh my god, did they all like get like killed? Or Raul's like the sole survivor, and it's like the apocalypse, like did like fucking like the war happened already? I'm just like, and he's calling me. That was my first thought. I was like going through
That's your first scenario? Out of everything that could have possibly happened to us, that's like your go-to, that the fucking world just ended. And also, wait, going with that logic, why the fuck do you think I would survive the world ending?
Like, it started in LA, it's spreading out, and it's like gonna catch us, you know? I was in a mood, but anyways, and then you called me and you're like, hey, Mike! And it was, y'all were yelling at the phone. And y'all wanted to go to Denny's, and I'm like, okay, say no more. I'll be right there.
So yeah, we did end up going to Denny's like after the first night.
Uh-huh.
But real quick to recap that first night. So
Mm-hmm.
the first night we actually ended up going pretty late as well, kind of like the first time.
Yeah.
Cause George and Rob ended up getting to my house like at around I want to say like 6:30. And from there we actually went to go pick up the homie Nick. And funny enough, when we fucking pulled up to Nick's street, like it's all dark.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the fuck? And so like we're texting Nick, oh like we're here, and he's like, oh like hold up, I'm just putting on my boots or whatever. And so fucking Nick comes out, and as soon as he gets into the car, he's like, oh yeah, like yeah, it's just my bad, guys, like it's just the power's out. And he like, and I was like, oh like how long has it been out? He's like, since 8 in the morning. And so I guess it turns out some fucking food like crashed into like one of the light poles nearby. Wow. So like it fucked up the power for the whole block. So yeah, like Nick was basically getting ready in the dark.
He's like, I already knew where everything was.
But so we finally get him. You know, we head down there. It was about like an hour or so drive.
Mm-hmm.
Then we finally get there. We get inside, and then okay. So here's the thing. So if you guys listened to the last episode, you would know that I actually went. This time actually representing the podcast, and I had taken.
Yeah, you printed out so many cards.
Yeah, I printed out a shit ton of business cards to hand out, like way more than I needed. And so I had just grabbed a couple, and I had put some in my pocket because the plan was to like.
And by a couple, he means 100 cards.
Oh, I didn't put like 100. I put like maybe 50 or 40.
That's still a lot of cards to put in.
So I put them in my pocket because my plan was just to like hand them out to anybody that I talked to.
Yeah.
And so I freaking I put them in my pocket, and then when we're going into the event, they obviously have to check you, and they have to like you have to go through like the metal scanner thing.
Yeah.
So you have to like take everything out of your pockets and put it in the tray. Mm-hmm. And so when I was doing that, on the side where I had my wallet is the side where I kept the cards. So I believe what ended up happening is when I took out my wallet to put it on the tray, all the fucking cards that I had in my pocket just fell out. And the thing that sucks is I didn't notice until we were actually already inside the event. Because I remember when we got into the main floor, I like checked my pocket, like, dude, where the fuck did all my cards go? Mm-hmm. And so that's when I realized that I had probably dropped them. But fortunately for me, I had saved some in like my front pocket of my jacket.
Yeah.
So I still had some
ready to hand them out, and then Nick puts some on the urinal.
Oh, okay. So here's the first set of bullshit that happened. So
this is the first day.
So we go upstairs to the bathrooms because I had to take a piss. And the urinals there had like a metal stall or like a metal tray, like kind of on top where you could like just put like maybe like your phone or something on there.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker Nick just grabs some of the business cards that I had and proceeds to put them on top of each of the fucking urinals. Like
a professional. I mean, honestly, that's like a good tactic. Especially at like a porn convention where like, you know, it's just like boom, 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 boom.
What the fuck? No, it's not, because those dudes, they're literally coming from seeing like gorgeous fucking girls, and they have to like take a piss looking at our fucking face.
Yeah. Like, he's like, who the fuck are these two? Like the AO pot, like the fact that my face is at like urinals and porn conventions is like crazy to process. Honestly, it's like I was thinking about that when you told me. I was like, oh my god, like here I am.
Yeah, because like your face is on it.
Yeah, my face, like I'm there smiling. It's like it's the AO podcast, like fucking like official profile pic for all our shit.
Yeah.
So it's just me smiling, having a drink, and it's like these fuckers are like, who the hell are these two? And then shit like that. You know.
Yeah, that was fucking like. So, anyways.
So it's like it's very weird to process. Oh fuck.
Nice.
Shit.
That's
asshole.
a good one.
Speaking of assholes, what'd you guys see?
Speaking of assholes, what you guys? You're fucking wild, dude. No, so moving on. So after you were done pissing and Nick was helping me promote, we go downstairs and we get in line for this. And now, okay, Bill, real quick, I do want to say that, like, aside from, like, maybe 2 or 3 people, I had a majority, I have no, like, or at least I don't know any of these people by name that are there.
Uh-huh.
So, like, a lot of the time, like, it's kind of awkward because, like, I'm coming into a line and, like, I'm assuming that the people that are in line to either talk to these people or take a picture with them are people who are familiar with their work. Whereas, like, I'm just kind of going out like, hey, like, what's up? Like, I don't know you, but so the first line, it was for this girl who later on I ended up finding out that her name is Nicole Sapphire. So shout out to her. She was the first person that I took a pic with on night 1, and she was actually really cool. Because we were in line, and I believe she was actually charging people to take pictures with her. But when I got there, like, she kind of just like, oh, like, it's fine, I'll do it for free. So shout out to her for that, and I did end up giving her a card for the podcast.
Nice.
So yeah, shout out to her. So again, that was Nicole Sapphire. I recognized her because she had like a dope ass, because like she had like a full. I didn't realize this until after, but apparently she was like super tatted up. Because I only noticed that she had like a full arm sleeve, and then she had like it was a tattoo that was like going up kind of like to her boob, but it was like a flower. It looked really dope. But so she was
shout
the first,
out to the tattoo.
Yeah. So I freaking cool. So she's the first person that I met, and she's the first person that I gave a card to.
Yeah, you're just giving cards to just
listen, the plan
professional porn stuff.
Yeah, listen, bro, an audience is an audience.
Listen, that's fine. Like we were talking about, I'm like, I didn't realize how much porn centric this channel is becoming.
Bro, if you really think about it, you legit wanted the entire first episode of this podcast to be about fucking sounding.
That's not porn related.
But it's dick related.
But I think it would have just been a funny idea, you know.
No,
I'm not looking into professional sounders.
I didn't even know what the fuck sounding was until you told me. And you wanted me to do a whole podcast on anyways.
To sound or not to sound.
I hate that was going to be
the question.
That should have been the fucking title of the first.
That was in my notes.
I'm kind of mad I didn't go with that title now thinking back on it.
I kept telling you too. I kept fucking telling you. See how he doesn't listen?
But
anyways, let's go. Just bring up some.
So then right next to her, like, I didn't get a chance to get a picture with her because she was actually leaving.
Yeah.
But I still ended up giving a card to her, and I believe, I could be wrong because I didn't really see her name, but I believe that was Jules Blue, who I gave a card to. But then, so after that, we kind of just like circled around like the main floor, and then after we like kind of saw, like we kind of basically got familiar with the layout. For those of you who have been to because by the way, this was in LA and it was at the Hollywood Palladium. So if you've ever been there, you know, as soon as you go in, the first thing you're gonna see is a bar area.
Yeah.
And then it's like the entrance into like the main floor. So once we were done circling the main floor, me and Nick actually ended up going to the bar, and you know, Nick and Rob was only driving the first night. Yeah. So since Nick wasn't driving, I was like, "Hey, fuck it, bro, let's have a drink." So Nick ends up getting us a double shot of tequila for our first drink, and it was some regular Don Julio too, because they had like Casamigos and like other types of tequila, but we ended up getting the Don Julio, and we got a double shot, bro. Guess how much fucking Nick paid for the double shot? Just the double shot of tequila.
Just the double shot?
Yeah, for 2 double shots.
You said like $50, right?
Yeah.
Like both $25 each?
Yeah. 50. So Nick spent $50, and shout out to Nick because he bought the first round.
Yeah.
But dude, after
That's
I
a lot
saw
to
that,
take in.
After I saw that, like,
you're
dude,
in
what
LA.
the fuck, $50?
You're in LA. They will charge you.
But I was like, I felt bad because Nick paid, so I was like, hey, bro, I got you on the second round.
Yeah.
So I think we ended up walking around again. And I don't really remember much from that, like, because I think we just walked around again, and I don't think we, like, talked to anybody or anything. I think we were, like, watching, like, a contest or something. like we were like, because they have a main stage where they do like contests and stuff. So I think we were doing that, and when we were done doing that, we like actually ended up circling all the way back to the bar. Mm-hmm. And this is where I was like, all right, Nick, it's my turn. So I ended up getting me and him tequila sunrises. Yeah. And again, it was another double shot of fucking tequila. And it was another $50 fucking dollars. Because I was like, fuck it, if I'm going to be spending $50, that should be a double. Yeah. So me and Nick, once we got the tequila sunrises, that's when we started getting, that's when we started walking around again. And as I started drinking it, those 2 shots that I had taken earlier were starting to kick in. And not to mention, I forgot to mention, before I had left my house, my sister made me take a shot with her as well. Mm-hmm. So I was already technically like 3 shots deep. Oh, man. So pause. I really started to feel it once we started walking around again. And this one kind of went to like the side area where they had like photo setups. And this is where I kind of knew that like she was starting to get to me, because there was we were standing in line to get an autographed picture from this Asian actress. Mm-hmm. And funny enough, when we were in line, there was this black girl that came by with this dude that was talking to me and Nick, because me and Nick were the ones that were in line. Yeah. And I can't remember. I think she said she was like because the thing is, this expo is for like people who are in the industry and also independent people, like people who do OnlyFans and stuff. Yeah. So I believe she might have been an OnlyFans model, but I forgot, because here's the thing. Again, I was pretty buzzed at this point already. Yeah, you're just she was buzzed like, at a porn convention. She just like got next to me and she started like shaking her ass and she told me to smack it. So I was just there like randomly smacking ass like while in line.
Just like, hey, smack. You're just like, okay, and then just boom.
It was just like right there. She's like telling me to do it.
This seems like, just like it's just like a crazy, like, you just seems like you had a crazy fun time. You just don't know what to expect.
Wait, exactly. The funniest part is that the dude who was like right there with her, like, I guess Nick assumed that was her boyfriend, but then he was like, oh no, like, I'm just a fan. And so so when they left, like, Nick was like, oh, I thought that was her boyfriend, because like they pulled up together, like
they were like, yeah, we like your vibes, you know.
So that was something that happened while I was just randomly in line. But then here's
that's the, you go to these conventions,
that might happen to you. Just be aware that's something that might happen.
It's just like you gotta
like people will shake ass like just at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, so. And it's just like that's it's such a crazy time. And this is like just the first day.
Yeah, too. And so
I was gonna ask, were those lines long?
Well, I'll get to it.
Got it.
But these ones for certain people they weren't, and this one unfortunately it wasn't that long. So anyways, after that happens and that dude and the black girl leave, it was finally our turn. And here's the thing, so because Nick, shout out to the homie Nick, bro, because he just basically looked out the entire weekend, because he didn't get anything for himself. Yeah, like it was mainly just like he got shit for either me or Rob. So shout out to Nick for that. But so when we got there, like, since it was me and Nick in line, Nick ended up getting a poster, but instead of like putting his name, he got my name. Oh, so he could give it to me. And then since I was the next in line, he told me to get one for Rob. Now here's where those drinks kind of start to kick in, because
first of all, he's still having you to do things on your own. That's crazy. While you're 3 shots in.
Here's the thing. So since like the actress, since she was like Asian, like her, she let us know that like English wasn't her first language, so she was asking the people to like spell out the names for her, right?
Oh yeah.
And so I got up to her. I got up to when it was my turn, and I had to get one for Robert. And so
did you spell his fucking name wrong?
So when I
R-O-B?
Wait. So went no, because it wasn't just Rob. For some reason, I went full on. I went Robert. So because I could have I just realized that now. Now I'm even more mad because I could have just fucking put
just
Rob.
put fucking Rob.
Yeah, but I didn't. So
You
I
like let me put his full government
so,
name.
So I was like, so yeah, so she's like, oh yeah, so like Robert, and then she like looked at me like waiting for me to like give her the letters, and I was like, R-O-B, and then but this is what I like,
it was a fucking ER,
and then I was like T-E-R-T.
T-E-R Rob
Church.
Rob
So I got a fucking poster for Rob Church.
That's so fun. Raul, what?
So my name's perfectly spelled fine.
But Rap the Church is not.
So then,
man, that shit is fucking funny.
So yeah, so then we fucking we got the picture, and then there was another girl that was like on the side, and me and Nick ended up talking to her, and shout out to her. She was really cool. Her name was oh, and apologies, I have the signature, but I don't remember the Asian actress's name off the top of my head. So apologies for that. But the girl that we ended up meeting right after, I believe her name is Chanel Cameron. So shout out to her. She was also super dope. I actually did end up getting a picture with her as well.
Yeah.
But then after that, we went down again, and I think we walked around for a bit. I'm trying to remember because I think honestly, for me personally, I think the second night was a bit more eventful, and also mind you too, since I was like however many drinks deep at that point, I don't really remember. Oh yeah, bro. Wait, I'm just remembering. So,
yeah, you're telling a story, and then you're just remembering shit now.
Because here's the thing, like, some of that, like, I'm not gonna lie, there was certain points of that night where what the fuck, I don't remember that happening. Perfect fucking example, there was a picture that I took where it's two girls on each side of me, and they're kissing me on the cheek.
Yeah.
And I remember...
Is it
the day after... When I fucking looked at my phone and I saw the pictures from that night, I was like, I don't remember taking this fucking picture.
And were those the ones that had like their tits out and shit?
Yeah.
You don't remember them?
No, I don't. So I saw the picture on my phone, like, what the fuck? When did this happen?
That's so fun. And Nick's like, take a picture.
No, this is probably the one that fucking took it.
And like, I think
No, yeah, so, but... And
Nick was just making it, and he's taking a picture. He's like, she
got
her titties out. He's like, look at them.
Hey, his titties out. It was like side boob. But, so, anyway.
It was basically, it's like the nipple just covered like that, while the rest of the skin is, like, exposed. While,
it just looks that way because it's like fake titties.
Not only that, the nipples be extra hard, too, through the fabric and shit. I'm just like, you're barely doing like the 1%.
Instagram hasn't taken it down, so it's fine.
That is true, and they're stingy about that shit. I posted a fucking meme of Donald Duck getting a boner. It's like Buenas noches, and I got taken down. I'm
Buenas
like,
noches? What the fuck? The Spanish Donald Duck.
And I'm just like, why'd they take it down?
No, yeah, but so...
so that's great they're still up.
No,
I'm going to try to post that picture again, so follow me on Instagram.
But... No, yeah, so anyway, so the only other thing I can remember doing that first night is I took a fucking picture in, like, one of those, like, 360 spin things. So, like, it takes a 360 picture of you. Mm-hmm. So that was really cool. Mm-hmm. But then, as Michael said earlier, after that night is when we ended up going to pick his ass up, and
we
then
went to eat Denny's. He kept missing the straw.
So here's the thing. So at Denny's, I remember George and Nick mentioning that they wanted to come to the second day a bit earlier because, like I said, we left pretty late, like to the first night. Oh, yeah. So they were talking about how they wanted to go earlier to the fucking event, and I'm like, yeah, like I'm down, right? Because earlier was like around like 2 or something, right?
2 shits.
Yeah, 2 shit. No, but like around 2 because that's like the time that the event starts. And so like yeah, like I'm down to do that. But here's the thing. So we got home like I want to say like at around maybe 2:30 in the morning. Um, then I stayed up to like maybe 3 or 4, and then I went to sleep. No, maybe like 3. And then I went to sleep.
Yeah, you like going to bed late.
Well, no,
I don't even know your sleeping schedule. Every time I text you, you're awake. Like, it'll be like 4 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 7 p.m., 10. Like, literally, I could text you any day and you're awake. I'm like, what the He's like, when did you wake up? Just now? Okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
No, but so anyways, so I did fall asleep rather quickly when I got home from the first night because I was kind of tired. Yeah. But here's the thing. So I woke up like at around 5 in the morning, and I ended up getting up and I put my phone to charge because it was basically dead. And so I ended up falling back to sleep, and I woke up to knocking on my door. And
because Rob was texting me and while talking about how you wouldn't want to wake up.
No, okay.
He was waiting there for 30 minutes.
Fucking Rob's a fucking foodie. No, so I wake up to knocking, and I'm assuming it's like I'm assuming it's like my sister, my mom, or something.
Yeah.
But Rob just opens the door because I was like, when I woke up, like what, like when they were knocking, and so Rob walks in, and he's like, "Hey fool, like wake up, like we're supposed to leave an hour ago." And I fucking go, and I check my phone, and I see that this motherfucker had been blowing up my phone.
Like, literally texting you through every way possible.
Yeah. And, like, literally, like, and so I was like, dude, because I looked at the time, and it was, like, 11 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So, like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why are we leaving this early? I don't even think the event's on. And so, I'll get into that in a bit. But
yeah, because you literally... This was so funny, because... At Denny's, they were talking. They all agreed on leaving early. You agreed on leaving early,
which I don't remember. I remember leaving. I agreed to it, but I figured it was because we were gonna go to the fucking event like earlier. But so, anyways, I finally get up and I get ready because I had to still had to get fucking dressed and everything.
Yeah, no, it's just like.
But then so then I freaking we ended up going to Nick's house because Rob and George were there.
Yeah.
So we ended up going to Nick's house because Nick was apparently gonna fucking cook us breakfast. And then when we fucking get to Nick's house, he's like, "Oh, like what is like?" Because he was gonna make us huevos con chorizo.
Yeah.
And we're like, "Hey, where's the huevos con chorizo at food?" And like, "Oh, like yeah, like I forgot that my parents brought pizza, so like." If you guys just want to eat pizza,
just in the morning.
Yeah, pizza. So literally, my breakfast was just a slice of Domino's pizza.
That's a nutty way to start a morning. Just Domino's pizza.
And then fucking shout out to Nick's brother, he randomly gave me some weed. He's like, "Oh yeah, like I was working at a dispensary here."
It was like I thought.
So
he's like, I looked at weed and was like, Raul.
Yeah, so shout out to Nick's brother. But
just giving you a bag of weed.
No, but then I fucking come to find out why the fuck we're leaving so early.
Yeah.
And it's because these motherfuckers apparently, that from what I don't remember, had a discussion at fucking Denny's about how Nick wanted to go check out this mall that was in Agora Hills. Agora fucking literally an hour or so in the opposite direction of where the fuck we were going. So
I didn't know it was that because he said, "Oh, it's like nearby."
That was a fucking lie. It was not nearby.
Oh, I mean, for you,
literally, as we were fucking, because this time, shout out to George because he's the one that drove the second date.
Yeah.
Like as we're driving there, George is literally asking Nick, like, "Nick, like, what the fuck do you even come out here for?"
Oh my fucking god! I was like, yeah, it was like nearby. It's like just like by like this, like you think like the convention or something. Oh, that's fucking funny. But for Nick, he drives a lot, so I don't think an hour is far from him. But
it was an hour and a half.
It was that's like fucking like to fucking Victorville or something. Yeah. Like shit.
And
like,
so I was like, no, like, yeah, like the whole time Joey's like, you're fucking Nick. What the fuck are you doing all the way out here?
yeah, but that's fucking.
But no, so we fucking get there, and it's like one of those like outdoor outlets where it's like basically just a bunch of random stores like in an open space.
Yeah.
Um, and so these motherfuckers basically spent the whole beginning of the day just shopping.
Yeah.
Like it was mainly Nick and like Rob and shit that were shopping. The funny part is I ended up buying something, but I literally only bought it because I had taken a jacket with me, right? And I didn't really think it through, and I only wore like a black like thin undershirt over it, and I didn't fucking calculate how cold it was gonna fucking get later. So luckily, we went into Levi's.
It's been getting real cold.
Yeah, and I ended up having to buy myself a fucking jacket, like a warm jacket, to basically wear for that night because, like, bro, if I fucking stay with this jacket that I got on, I'm gonna fucking freeze.
Oh, glad you all went to a store for that.
Yeah, so after that,
and how was the jacket cool at least?
It was, and I actually got a pretty good price on it, so I was happy on that.
Yeah.
But then after that, we ended up going to the food court where we got some bomb ass fucking Chinese food. Nice. And then after that, that's when we finally headed out, and it was so fucking funny because like as we were driving back, obviously it's like over an hour drive to get back to the event.
Yeah.
So it was me and Nick sitting in the back, like George driving, and Rob was in the passenger.
Yeah.
And like maybe like 20 minutes into the drive, I just look over it, and Nick is knocked the fuck out.
Just like
the reason why I found out is because for those of you who like are football fans, like this past weekend was the divisional round playoffs, and so I was like keeping track of the score on my phone because like me and Nick are both football fans. So that's literally how I found out he fucking knocked out because I was looking at my phone and I looked over to like tell him the score and I was like, "Hey Nick," and he's like fucking gone.
He's just like knocked out. Mimi's in the back. You know, you, Rob, and George are like awake for the ride. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't. Oh my god! But like, was it? Did it take just as long to get there as it?
No, luckily, it was pretty fast because there wasn't that much traffic. Like, we got lucky because the way we're coming, like the way we're going versus the way we're going back, like the way we were going, like when we were going back, there had been an accident. So like the whole other side of the freeway was like fucking stopped.
No, that's insane.
So we got lucky on that we missed that. But so we finally got to the event. I think we got there like maybe like at 5. Yeah, like at around 5:30 or so. And we parked and we finally went in there. And so the first thing that I remember from the second night, because the second night I was completely sober because like fuck that, we're not paying fucking $50 again.
No.
So
did y'all pregame it? No.
No.
Oh, okay. So y'all just went there completely sober.
Yeah. So we finally get there and kind of the same thing. We like started looking around, and we fucking this guy walks up that's like working the event, and he's like, hey, you guys want to be entered in a raffle? And like, cause he had like little ticket stubs, right? And like we just fucking take them, right? And like as Nick, cause I think he gave to Nick one, like he gave Nick one that to like, fuck, I can't talk. He gave Nick one like last.
Yeah.
And when Nick took one, Nick had the bright idea to be like, oh, like what's the contest for? He's like, oh, a flashlight. And so,
man, you could have gone a flashlight.
So we were unknowingly entered into a flashlight giveaway contest. So like, that's how we start off the second night.
Imagine he was like, yeah, this one's used.
Nasty ass. But no,
it has not been cleaned.
So this time we fucking get into a line like to meet one of the performers.
Yeah.
And like we thought originally we thought it was for Violet Myers, but it turns out it was for fucking Kazumi. And for those of you who are fans of that, here's the thing: most people know who the fuck she is because she got popular on a. I'm not gonna say the podcast name because I don't really care for the guy who's like the host of it. But she got popular on a really famous podcast that's on YouTube. Cause like there was a clip of her that went viral where like she talked about, I think it was like her talking about like how much she loves gangbangs.
Yeah.
But that clip ended up going viral and that's how she kind of blew up. But so I knew about. I originally found out about her through that. And then again, she, like, obviously.
I do not know how you found out about that. But like that clip, that's like crazy.
No, I'm telling you why it went viral, so it was fucking everywhere.
True, that's crazy.
So that's how I originally found out about her, and then obviously I found out she's a porn star. But so we were in line for her, and which took a while. And then a funny thing that happened while we were in line, there was this fool there that was right in front of us that was wearing like a John Cena shirt, and I don't know if he had to go to the bathroom or what the fuck, but like Rob was in front of me, and he turns to Rob. And he's like, "Hey, fool!" Like, well, he didn't say fool.
just make him Mexican.
Yeah, no, he didn't say fool, but he like turned around to Rob and he's like, "Hey, man, like, can you save my spot?" And Rob's like, "Yeah, fuck it, okay." And so he leaves. Like the line's like advancing.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker, like, he finally comes back, and he walks right past us. Like he didn't even get back into the line. And so
he just forgot the line.
No, wait, it'll be funny. I'll tell you later. So then we finally get our turn, and then Rob was shitting himself because when it was like gonna be our turn next, because like I said, he was in front of me, so he was gonna go first. There was people there that had cameras and that were filming her.
Yeah.
That were meeting her, and Rob's like, "Oh fuck, like, dude, I don't want to be on camera."
Yeah.
And he's like. And Nick was telling him, no, like, it'll be fine. Like, they'll probably won't shoot you. And you're like, nah, I just don't want to be on camera. And then, so luckily for Rob, I guess it turns out that it wasn't, like, cameras for the event. I guess it was just cameras for, like, that person that was, like, signing.
Yeah.
So, because after they, like, got their picture, like, they dipped with the camera. So Rob's like, all right, fucking thank God.
Yeah.
So... Rob got his picture, and afterwards, I got my picture, and then I think she tried to, like, make a joke or something with Nick, and Nick just didn't get it at all. But then, so, she signs...
I love Nick.
Yeah. So, Nick just finally, she finally signs her poster, and, like, signs my name, and obviously, and I get a picture with her. And then, here's the best part. Shout out to Kazumi, because this was probably one of my favorite interactions of the second night. Because I ended up giving her a card to the podcast, right? And I think at the time she was, like, wearing, like, some sort of jean shorts. So I give her the card, and she's like, oh, like, well, I don't have pockets. And then she's like, oh, well, here it goes. She just fucking casually slips it under her shorts.
Oh, that's just, like, straight in the center?
Like straight front and center. So, like, oh, all right, that's... it was like, listen, with my
our faces are down there.
So, our faces were down there, so... but... I hate you. Shut up. Stop interrupting me. No,
it's just crazy. Just I'm okay. Sorry. Go on. I can't talk.
To process everything.
Yeah. I'm trying to process shit.
No, okay,
I didn't think that would. Okay.
So yeah, shout out to Kazumi because that was fucking funny.
It was really funny.
But then after that, that's when we got into quite possibly the longest fucking line that we did at either last year or this year. Because honestly, I don't think, from what I remember last year, I don't think we got into any lines. Yeah. So, like, this was the first...
Y'all were just 2 and on last year.
Yeah. So, the second line that we fucking got into was for Violet Myers. And I don't think I even had to say anything because she's, like, she's pretty fucking popular. So, hence why her line was so fucking long.
Yeah.
So, we get into her line and, like, some interesting shit. Oh, no, wait. I forgot to mention. So, you know how I said that when we were in the Kazumi line, that dude had, like basically walked past us?
Yeah.
So, Rob said that he bumped into that dude after we got out of the line. And he's like, hey, like, he's like, why didn't you come back? And he's like, oh, like, I didn't, he's like, I didn't see you guys. Like, you walked right past us. So, anyways, so when we're in the Violet Myers line, some other interesting shit happened. I think the first one that was kind of funny, was there was these 2 old ass dudes that almost got into a fight.
How old?
I don't know. They had one of them was a bald, short dude with like a gray beard, then another one looked like a small Asian dude. But anyways, so because like all I fucking hear, because at that time it was only me, Nick, and Rob in the line because I think George wanted to walk around, so he was like off doing his own thing. Um, but we fucking see these like all I see is and the bald short white dude was like wearing a pink shirt, so that's how I remember him because I can see a fucking pink shirt. Like all I hear is, "Hey, what'd you say?" And he's like walking back and he's like getting into the Asian dude that's wearing a green shirt's face. And then I just see him walk back, but it was just funny because like we almost saw two old dudes get into a fight. And then the funniest part is, unbeknownst to us, at the time George is on like the second floor of the place.
Yeah, George went on like a side quest real quick.
And he like saw the whole thing from like the top floor. So like, oh yeah, like I saw that shit.
That's funny.
No, yeah. So we saw it up close.
And George told me something crazy too.
Yeah,
when
we'll get into
that. Yeah.
But then
that's crazy.
After that, then I saw, and here's something that I've known about this, like this being a thing. I've never seen it in person. I'm standing in the fucking line, and all I see is a girl like wearing like basically wearing lingerie, like a thong and shit, and a bra, crawling on her hands and knees.
Yeah.
And there's a girl walking her. With a leash.
On a leash? Some like dominatrix shit?
Yeah, so that's the legit, because of course, like I've known about that, but that's the first
time. You
seeing
it?
But no, that's the first time I've seen that shit in person.
Yeah.
And it looks fucking wild in person.
It's wild, you know. It's like, it's just like, oh, it's just like, this is crazy to see, you know. But like, you know, shout out to them, you know.
But so then after that, we finally get to the front of the line, and funny enough, as soon as it was going to be our turn, she had to go to the bathroom. So we had to wait again.
Yeah.
But then luckily, so she came back and I took a picture with her and I told her about the podcast and I also gave her a card, of course. And she was really dope. She even told me, she's like, I'll hit you up. Like, maybe we could do something together on your podcast. So, like, she clearly doesn't know about the podcast. Cause shout out to her. Cause like, if anybody knows Violet Myers, she does promote herself pretty well because she is frequently on podcasts and on shit.
She's like,
but here's the thing, she does professional podcasts. This is not a professional.
Yeah, no, we're doing this in his garage with a Japanese like fucking like cover shit that you go get behind and like you change clothes into, you know. And we were talking about this earlier. I was just like, man, we could have like put just like cloth like over here. Like it took us that long to realize. Listen, Violet Myers is not coming.
Yeah, she's not
over to where we are.
I appreciate her.
But that's really nice though.
Yeah, like I appreciate her saying that. But I'm like, she clearly doesn't. She
no, it's fine. It's like,
like once you'll watch it, you'll understand.
You'll be like, okay.
You'll realize, she'll probably know it. Probably should have said that.
So he was like, oh, they like the substance. So hold up, you know. Oh my
God.
But shout out to the substance.
Yeah, but shout out to her and then Rob, because like Rob's the main reason why we were even in that line, because he's the one that really wanted to meet her.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. If it wasn't for Rob, I don't know if I would have had the patience to stay in that line.
It was like a long line.
Yeah, it was
like a Disneyland ride type line. Shit,
like
it's fucking going on to fucking. Oh my God, that small world line has no reason to be that fucking long for that old ass fucking boomer shit and the fucking racist pup. Like it's fucking like, unless you're like a fucking like a 90-year-old human being, like there's no way you should. Okay.
I don't know what the fuck, what kind of tangent you got on, but anyways.
Fuck small world.
So then after that, we started walking around again, and I ended up running into somebody that I met last year, and shout out to her because she was the girl that I found out about the event from originally last year.
Yeah.
And I met her last year, and I met her again this year. Her name's Nicole.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, but here's the funny part. So when I walked up to her, like she recognized me, and she was actually kind of mad at me because last year I had taken a pic with her as well, but I never posted it. And I guess last year I told her I was going to. I just never did. She's like, oh, like, how come you never posted the fucking picture? And I'm like, oh,
damn, bro, she called you out.
No, but then here's the thing. So I took a picture with her again, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I posted little like a few pics of like everybody that I just mentioned that I met and more that I'll get to.
That's a lot of pics too. I was like, damn.
Yeah. So so I ended up taking a picture with her again. But here's the funny part. So she got mad at me because I didn't post our pics from last year. But this time I tagged her twice because I tagged her once in the actual group picture.
You just could have called her out right now.
Well, no, I'm just saying and then I posted her on my story, and then she never liked it or reposted it.
Damn.
I'm just saying. She probably got back to her. To be fair, she could just have been getting back to me for last year, but so that's fair. But anyways, still shout out to her. Anyways, though, she was super cool. But then after that, that's when.
That's funny though. She remembered.
Yeah, she did remember. So I want to give a little, congratulatory. Congratulatory little standing ovation there to the homie Rob, because afterwards we ran into Marge Simpson
from The Simpsons.
Yep, because there was this girl there who had like done. I guess from Marge Simpson. No, so
fucking play Wiz Khalifa.
No,
it's a vibe.
Wiz Khalifa.
Oh,
it's 2 Chainz, you dumbass.
Fuck.
No, God. No, so we run into Marge Simpson. Stop fucking doing that.
I'll stop.
But then so we freaking run into Marge Simpson, and it's a girl like I apologies again because I don't really remember what her actual name was.
Yeah.
I just remember her as Marge Simpson. But she like had body paint all the way through, like yellow body paint. And she had the blue hair, and she was wearing a very small green bikini. And so we got there, and I ended up getting a little sticker that had like her info and stuff on it. But then the boy Rob gets to talking to her. And I'm not gonna get into it because that's the boy Rob's business. But let's just say she was really feeling our boy Rob.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Marge Simpson was really feeling of the homie, which is a sentence I never thought I would say. But like shout out to the homie and shout out to Marge Simpson.
No, yeah, shout out to the homie Rob because he was definitely one right there.
Material for sure.
Huh? What? No, but yeah, shout out to Rob though because she was definitely really feeling him. So yeah. Shout out to Rob for making that connection.
That's really funny. It's just that. Just like I like how that's just like just a piece of like this fucking adventure, and then there's still more to talk about because there's things I've seen. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and of course I gave her a card as well.
Yes.
So
shout out to Marge.
Yeah. So then after that, we end up going back. To the side area where we went the first night, and this is where we ran into something quite interesting. Me and Nick and Rob, we ran into it was a girl. She had a booth set up, and she was in a dominatrix getup.
Nice.
But here's the kicker. She had her feet up on a dude who was kneeling on his hands and knees, and she just casually had her fucking feet on his back.
Nice.
But here's the thing that makes this shit 10 times funnier is that Rob told us after the fact that I guess that dude had literally been in that position for hours.
Hours?
Because he said that when he went up there when we first got there, and he said that he saw that fool up there, and then we went back later on that night, he was still fucking there.
Oh wow, that's dedication to the craft right there.
That dude is fucking dedicated.
Like people could talk shit about any of these professionals that are like these people who do this for a living at these conventions, but they're going out there and they're achieving this shit to like the max. They love this shit.
Yeah, you gotta be free with yourself to be able to market yourself and all that kind of stuff. So shout out to them. Because it was a really fun event.
And like that dude kneeling, oh man, I just like, it's crazy.
No, yeah, and
Crazy.
then like, yeah, because I was like, yeah, that fucking food's still there. Like she like left to like do something, and he just stayed there.
It's just like that, just on the floor. Oh no! Oh, that's crazy. I need to get up at least to like take a shit or like eat a sandwich or something. It's like or like some Popeyes chicken. It's just like, or like some like Jack in the Box or like some like just doubles or
Shut
like.
Up, you fucking naming shit you want to eat. But no, so after we saw that,
That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, at that point, and especially after the fucking Violet Myers line, like, me and fucking Nick were kind of dying, because again, also that morning, we like basically, it was basically a day just full of walking.
Yeah.
So like, me and Nick were fucking exhausted, so we ended up going to the second floor, because they had like little booths and tables there, where you could sit down and basically kind of like look over the whole event. So, we were sitting there, and we ended up going back down. No. Before we ended up going up there, shout out to, because fucking, he did this shit to me again, man. So, for those of you who don't know, last year, Nick, when I was waiting in line to talk to a girl, there was another girl that had walked past me, and she had tucked like something into my front pocket of my jacket. And it was like her little card that had all her info on it. But then afterwards, we like walked around and we actually found the booth that she was at. And unbeknownst to me, fucking Nick paid for me to get a fucking lap dance on a bed. And so this time around,
do you remember the thing he said before you went on the bed?
Yeah, when you're like, "Hey, fool, get on the bed," which is some shit that I never want to hear Nick say ever again.
I remember when you first said that on the podcast.
Yeah, you
last
fucking
year.
died.
That was like the first time on the podcast that I really like was fucking like dying.
No, but so then
but this he did it again.
He fucking Nick strikes again.
Did,
like
the sequel happens.
So we fucking we're walking around again and we're getting close to like there's a booth that's kind of close to the
Revenge of the Nick.
Revenge of the Nick. Shut up. So like we get to a booth that's like kind of close by the stage, and there's a girl that's signing there, and like I just hear like all I hear Nick say is like, oh, like no, like I'll pay and then, or like Rob will pay and then I'll just sell Rob or something. And I was like, huh? Like, and that's when I should have known that some bullshit was about to happen. Cause then Nick's like, oh, like sit down over there, fool. And like for what? Like the lap dance.
Down over there, fool.
So again, motherfucker strikes again.
Don't want to hear that either. Yeah. He's like, sit down, fool. And like, for what? Like the lap dance.
Especially coming from Nick, you don't want to hear that. No. So then Nick, like, so there was this white girl there, and shout out to her. I believe her name was Callie Taylor, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes.
And she ended up giving me a lap dance. And here's the thing: there's video of it because, of course, fucking Nick.
Yes.
And
you didn't post the one from last year though, which is
because it's from last year. But one of them, one part, I posted part of the video from this year on my Twitter, so that is on my Twitter if you would like to go see that. And for those of you who are going to listen, for those of you who are going to judge me,
it's a crazy image.
For those of you who are going to judge me, I don't know about you, but I'm not getting an ass shaken on me. In front of literally thousands of fucking people is not something that comes easy. Like it's not something that I do on the regular.
You can't be natural.
Like I don't do this. Like that's not something I regularly do. So I don't like. It's weird because it's like it's a situation where you want to like enjoy yourself, but it's also awkward because you have so many fucking people.
Like what's happening to you might be like chill and lit as fuck, but like. There's tons of fucking people just around.
Like fucking cameras, like you know, like somebody can just fucking walk by.
Not only that, it's just like you're in front. First of all, you got Nick filming this fucking again.
That's already bad enough.
And then you got Rob standing there,
laughing his fucking ass off.
So it's like a surreal dream, you know. But like also, it's like it's a lap dance to the homie, but you just fucking, you know. Just like, and like, your video is like, this is some ass I've never seen before.
Like fucking lap dance in like the middle of fucking Costco or something. Like, that's how it fucking feels.
With the TV displays.
That's how it fucking feels, dude. Like, it's like, it just feels like everybody's fucking staring at you. So, if you're gonna say I look nervous or whatever, fuck yeah, I was fucking nervous.
With the pizza and the hot dog. Shout out to Costco. The inflation happened. Costco
You're just so
hasn't.
fucking fat.
I'm really like I'm
literally
going
just
through
talking
it,
about
man.
fucking
I'm
food,
going through it, man. Shut up.
But so
I'm not actually gonna eat the rest of the day. I'm fucking knocked out.
So-
I'm fucking knocked out.
so shout out to I believe again I think her name was Callie Taylor.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you want to see me get twerked on, it's on Twitter.
Yeah, you know.
Um,
It's crazy to see, you know, and
And
it's
then-
like hopefully next year.
so like her, she's I think she's the only one that unfortunately I didn't give a card to.
Damn.
But so then after that we freaking go back upstairs because that's when, or no, we finally go upstairs because that's when me and Nick were just kind of like, oh fuck, we're done because like fucking Rob, like shout out to Rob, he fucking went back downstairs because he wanted to talk to Marge some more.
Yeah.
But then something funny happened because as he was going down there, the second night there was actually going to be a concert by Bia. So shout out to Bia. If you don't know, she's the girl she's on that Russ song, "Best on Earth."
Oh, I shouldn't be nodding. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying because it was a really
Sorry.
popular song.
No.
So I'm pretty sure if you hear it, you'll know what song I'm
That
talking
is true.
about.
Russ be popping for no. He was in Trap, which I did not expect either.
Oh yeah, that was random as
That
shit.
was so random.
Um,
The fucking Russ and Kid Cudi and Trap.
Kid Cudi was my favorite. But no, so
Back to this.
So there was a concert by Bia, and literally as soon as Rob went downstairs, so because he told us the story after the fact. So he goes downstairs and I guess there was some food that was like already talking to her. So he was like, fuck, because he had to wait obviously for the food to leave.
Yeah.
So he was like standing there, and he said that right as the food left, that's when the fucking concert started. So he kind of like got stuck in the crowd and he couldn't move.
Oh wow.
So then the concert goes on, and then after the concert, which me and Nick watched from upstairs, and fucking Nick's such a dick because he's like, yeah, like
Dick Nick.
that deserved it. Don't just press random shit. Mine had purpose.
I thought it was another one. Anyways,
But no, so
mine's had purpose.
no, but so fucking Rob. I mean, Nick's such a dick, dude. Because but to be fair, I mean, he was tired, but it's just the way that he said it.
Yeah.
Like, because he's like.
He's very upfront about it.
Yeah, he's very upfront about shit. So like, Nick, after the concert was over, I was like telling Nick, I was like, hey, fuck, because fucking George and Rob were like not coming back upstairs. So I was like, hey, fucking, do you just want to like go get him? Because like at that point we kind of just wanted to leave because it was also like around 9 at that time, and
y'all been moving all day.
Yeah, and the event ends at 10. So I was like, hey, fuck it, do you just want to go find them? And so he's like, yeah, fuck it. And so as we're like walking down the stairs, he's like, oh, I was like, oh, like, yeah, pretty dope concert. And Nick's like, yeah, I was almost falling asleep. No, but like obviously he meant that because he was like,
yeah, he was fucking really tired.
Yeah, he was like, because he was like saying that his back was killing him.
Yeah,
and I was like, damn, bro, like how fucking old are you?
Yeah, he's the same age, my baby.
No,
I mean, shit, we're getting old.
But shout out to fucking Nick though, because Nick was a homie like that whole fucking weekend. Nick was just looking out, so.
Yeah.
Shout out to the homie Nick.
You know, y'all drove like an hour away.
Yeah, fucking Nick. I kind of hate Nick for that. Low key, for like Nick, you couldn't have fucking picked a closer spot, my guy.
Cause I was there. I thought y'all were agreeing. I'm like, that's like a little when they were agreeing because it's not just it was they were agreeing.
But I half agreed because I didn't remember.
He got you while you were fucking. Just fucking fucked up on the $25 fucking double shots.
Hey, listen, all I remember from fucking Denny's is dipping my fucking chicken strips in buffalo sauce. That's it.
I was like singing in the car. Oh, I don't know if you remember that.
No, what the fuck were you singing?
I was like, oh man, I was like making I was improvising like a porn related song. Like it was fucking like it's just like a very musical fucking porn. I was about to sing right now, but I'm not gonna sing it. No. It's a little crazy.
Don't ruin people's day. Man, that was so
That's
unnecessary.
how he's like.
That was so
the most fucked up
unnecessarily
shit. Like you, I was like, bro. I know the inauguration happened, but damn. Well, that shit was fucking hilarious.
But so then, after that, oh no, wait. So no, I lied. So I think George had come back up at one point, and that's when he fucking tells us that like he walks up to me and Nick, and he's like, "Hey, like, guess who I just ran into?"
He fucking.
And I was like, who? And like fucking Young Gravy. And I was like, dude, what the fuck, Young Graves just here? He's like, yeah, he was just fucking up. He's like, really enjoying. Like, yeah, he was just downstairs. I was like, hey, what's up, man? And he's like, yo, what's up? That was it. Like, George just left. Like, he just said what's up to him. He didn't even get a picture or anything.
That's fucking dope though, cause like he was like when Young Gravy was first like popping, like he was like day one, like he was like putting a lot of people on to Young Gravy, including me and including us. You know, it's just like. And one of the funnest concerts I've ever went to actually was a Young Gravy concert during one of his like first. I don't know if it's like his first or second tour. It was just like it was like a very small venue and it was like really fun. Dude, people like throwing their bras on stage and just like kind of fucking funny, you know. And so like yeah, that was a really fun time. The fact that he met him is like actually like kind of insane. But it's not surprising because Young Gravy, you know he be in them spaces, you know. So you know that's fucking dope though. Yeah, but like y'all met George met Young Gravy, very eventful fucking Rob met Marge Simpson.
Yeah, and he hit it off with Marge Simpson. That's the crazy part.
To say, but yeah,
but no, so
y'all ready to leave and shit.
But then, so we finally met them up, and like fucking, I found. Oh, here's the funny part. So when we went downstairs, Rob was still at the fucking booth talking to her. And I walked up behind him and like, hey, what's up, Rob? And he just like, you know, because I was fucking looking for him. But I was basically just standing there on the side as like they were exchanging information. And the funny part is that George and Nick were off to the side, right? And I was literally standing right behind Rob. And when me and Rob walked back, like Nick and fucking George assumed that I was like trying to cock block Rob. Because I was like, he was like trying to get her information and I was like right there. So they assumed that I was like trying to like cock block Rob. But I was like, dude, I was literally just standing there. Like, I didn't even say anything.
Just standing there and fucking being the accidental cock blocker. That, you know, I feel like that's not like the first time. Like,
no, but I'm glad to report that no cocks were blocked in that attempt. So.
Thank God, you know, nothing like an accidental cock block to ruin like a homie's friendship. You know what I mean? So you know, I don't know where that was going. Yeah, like, sorry, fams. I'm already like dizzy from these stories. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot to process.
Yeah, it's so much to process, honestly.
But then, but then that's when we like ended up taking off. We didn't even know if we won the fleshlight or not.
Damn, no.
I couldn't find my ticket.
Imagine if you. Oh, that would be crazy. You would have like displayed it.
If I would have won it, I would have put it right here on the fucking table. I'm not gonna lie. But
probably have to censor that.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie. Like, so I mean, who knows if I would have won or not? But I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So, if you guys want to see any of the pictures that I did take, again, they're on my Instagram or also on the podcast Instagram.
Yes.
So make sure you check those out. And it's actually
I like how you tagged the podcast.
Well, I mean, no, I did a collab post, so that way I can post on both pages.
Yeah.
But I was telling you this before we started recording, but this is legit. Like my in recent times, this is my most liked picture.
That's dope, though.
Yeah,
this fucking we're getting new fans. And also that is true. You tag the podcast, so now like people like to post on the podcast too.
And then also the shout out to I believe it was like a few, like not all, but a few of the girls that I tagged in the pictures actually liked the post. So shout out to them. Like, I know Kazumi was one of them. Kazumi actually, and that one was surprising. That one was surprising because she has like a shit ton of followers. So I don't even think she would like actually see it.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But, so
she liked it.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, dope.
So shout out to her.
Yeah, you know,
and Nicole Sapphire, and then I think Chanel, Cameron also liked it, and then some other girl that I don't think I tagged, but I think she saw it because one of the girls liked her or something. But I think her name is like Violet Brandani. Yeah. She also liked it, so shout out to her because I like to because if I apologies because if I actually did meet you on night one, I probably just don't remember because I legit because when I saw her liked it, I was like, oh, like because I didn't tag her, so I was like, I wonder who this is, but she was there. So I don't know if I actually met her, and I just don't remember.
Yeah, you like you said, you were just on one later that night, which is hilarious. You know, shout out to the performers there, networking. You know, I'm glad. You know, this is.
Yeah, and I'm glad to say every person I took a picture with was given a card to the podcast.
Nice,
which was a good was a personal accomplishment for me because I was like, I mentioned in the last episode how like I thought that like or I knew going into it that it was going to be a little difficult for me just because I'm not a very, like,
social
person like that. So I'm just glad I was able to do that, like, to get the podcast name out there.
Yeah. And then oh my God, should I say it on the podcast? Like, they're like, the boys were like making, were like shitting on you hard when they were like, hey, just pretend you're like, baby alien.
Oh yeah, my friends are dicks. So if you guys didn't know, my friends are assholes. If you don't know who baby alien is, do your Googles and you'll understand how fucked up these assholes are. But you know what? I can't get mad at them because I mean it could have worked.
It could have just.
All I needed was a 10.
Just like a good Miami tan, you know. Just go to Miami real quick and come back, you know. Yeah, no, that shit. When you told me that, I was like, that's the most fucked up. That's like more fucked up than anything. I feel like I say fucked up shit, but I don't think not like that. But that shit is funny. You can't, that, and like that's just our friendship, though. You know, for people saying, "Hey, they're fucking dicks." First of all, yes, they are. They fucking are. They are fucking dick-headed fucks
all the fucking time.
Like, man, it's just like that's
you've
just
seen it on the podcast.
You've
like,
seen it.
How do you see me call Michael stupid?
And call me fat too, and how this fucking fat, stupid,
and
fucking
I'm not gonna lie, that was
fuck.
You should have brought that example up because this is not your best fucking episode to be like defending me calling you fat.
It's just like
you literally just been talking about fucking food. It'll be like, I'll be talking about like the fucking the event. You're like, oh, fucking pizza.
I was like, fuck you talk about porn. I'm just like, I'm feeling a little fucking hungies right now.
No, but so then
not for porn, for food. Just in case people don't know. But like, no, you're a fucking dickheaded fuck.
No, but so then
baby alien looking.
What the fuck, you dick? But no, so then after we ended up leaving the event, we actually went to a ramen place that was nearby, and that was actually, you know what's funny enough, that was actually my first time actually ever going to a legit like ramen restaurant.
Yeah.
So that was really dope to get to experience because you actually it was cool. Like you walk in and there's two like little tablet things on the side, and that's how you order. So you order online and then you go in, you sit down, and then they just bring you your food. So I ended up getting just a plain chicken ramen soup with some birria on the side, which was fucking delicious.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, and then I got that with a liquid death, a flavored one.
It's water, by the way. At first, I didn't know it was. I thought it was like fucking alcohol.
Yeah,
but no, it's fucking water.
I think most people thought like when it first came out that it was alcohol.
But no,
it's just water. And shout out to them. I actually fuck with them. They like. It sounds weird to say, but they make really good water.
That's really.
But so I tried one of their flavored waters, which I had never tried before because I had only tried like their regular water.
Yeah.
And I believe I don't think I've tried their sparkling water either. But this was just their regular flavored water, and I got the berry flavor, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, I bet especially helped with like the ramen and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was really fucking bomb.
Yeah. That
ramen was delicious. But then, so...
Oh, I kind of want ramen now.
Ramen is delicious.
Oh fuck! You're right. I'm really making myself look really fucking fat,
bro.
I really.
The funny part is, because Mike usually like goes back and looks at the episodes after they're already posted.
Yeah.
So I specifically want you to go back and look at this one because I'm pretty sure you're gonna fucking hate yourself when you realize how many fucking times you mentioned food, dude.
I will, I will work on that, guys. It's been hard. It's been, it's been hard.
You're literally gonna watch the episode, and it's literally every other fucking word that comes out of your mouth.
I hope there's a fucking compilation of me just talking about fucking food. There's probably compilations of us just talking about food because like it's just like fucking we like it. It's fucking so much, especially that ramen. That ramen sounds good, especially with some like curry, like curry on the side. Oh fuck!
Don't make me hungry because then I'm gonna want to get food later.
Oh my god!
But no. So, anyways, we ended up doing that. But then, but here's the thing.
What's the thing?
So the reason why this sit down at this ramen restaurant was so important is because that's when it was declared that I guess apparently X3 is going to be a new tradition for us.
No, wait. I like how it's just been declared like a legislation fucking.
Yeah, so, breaking news, you heard it here first. So I believe we will be fucking attending X3 next year as well.
My fucking god! This whole channel is just gonna be a trail of just your adventures over there. No, what is there a reason why?
I think it's just because here's the thing. So what I will say to anybody that's never been to an event like that,
it's fun, of course. That sounded rude. My apologies, but is there a specific thing why you're gonna go next year? Like it was like, oh shit, we gotta see them.
I feel like it's because here's the thing. I feel like unlike maybe like 80 to 85% of the people that do go there, because here's the thing. I would say that a majority of the people that do go to these events are going because they're looking to see specific people or to meet specific people. Mm-hmm. Whereas us, we're literally just going to experience it. We're not looking for anybody in particular. We're just kind of there. And I think the reason why it's going to become a tradition is because it's just an event where you go with the boys and it's you get to see some pretty outlandish shit, honestly. For example, I never thought I'd fucking see a girl walking on fucking fours while being held on a leash. Yeah. I never thought I'd see that in person. And I fucking saw it in person finally.
That changes perspective.
Yeah, so it's you see a lot of interesting shit. So it's I feel like that's part of the reason why, and also not that, but I think that's also just the fucking stories that come out of
it's wild.
Going to events like this, it's insane. Would you ever because if I never went, we never would have got Rob getting hooked up with Marge Simpson. We never would have got George just randomly meeting young baby. Yeah,
and then Nick just perpetrating just him just being himself. Yeah. At a porn convention,
Which if you know Nick, you know why that's so fucking funny.
It's just it's fucking it's just wild and these are fun stories to hear, It's just these I like hearing this is fucking wild shit. I never thought you would be going to these, less. Well, now it's gonna be every year.
And what's so fucking funny? When you go back and listen to the episode from last year, I legit fucking said in that episode, I was like, this event was really fun and interesting, but I don't see myself going back.
Now it's just here we are, second time. In 2026, you're going back. So if any of you fucking gooners watching this, and gooners and goonettes, any watching this,
fucking goonettes, shut the fuck up.
Make sure to check out Raul's adventure next year.
Because I'm the one that's repping for the podcast.
Yeah.
So
that's a.
I mean, if you want Mike to rep for the podcast, go to a fucking theater.
I know just go to your local theater, or even just at an AMC. I'll probably be there, and I'll go anywhere. I mean, no, not really. I don't like to drive.
God damn, That's something. That's like a depressing ass statement.
Actually, you know what? It's fine.
But no. So it was.
Who knows? Maybe I'll go next year. I don't fucking know.
I'm not gonna lie. It's.
I will say my girl
once.
My girl did say he's like you know he's like you I think you know because she sees this post and she's because she follows you too.
Yeah.
So she's like they all. First of all, she's like, they all got their titties out. And I'm like, yes, it's a porn convention, babe. Like,
well, what kind of convention did she think it was?
I know, just like, I mean, people, I was like, people have their titties out everywhere. In every convention, though. You go to any convention, there's like fucking titties out. It's like,
I think you could find the same shit at like a cosplay convention.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, he's like, but I'll decide on that later.
Listen,
I'll decide on that later.
As somebody who
I'm pondering it.
Cause here's the thing. I mean, because if anything, you can always just take the Nick approach, dude. Yeah. Like you don't have to like interact with anybody. You can just be there.
I could just film you getting a.
Because that's literally what. Because that's literally what Nick does. Like aside from like talking to people that we meet, like he doesn't like get anything or like buy anything or get any merch. Like he just goes.
Yeah, and Nick, shout out to Nick who just goes. He's always down to fucking go, and it's like a main like reason, like y'all are like fucking going.
Yeah, because he's just down to go for anything. So I mean, I want you to at least go 1 year just so you can experience it with me instead of me having to tell you. Because then we can give both of our perspectives.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Oh my god, if the AO podcast official like convention years.
Hey, who knows? Next year we'll have a booth.
I know. Who knows? Maybe we'll take our booth is just this desk. We have to just take this in one of our cars.
It's just a fucking AO podcast live from X3.
Oh, it's just like an Instagram live, a fucking TikTok live with the FBI commenting. He's like, "Take this down, please." And I'm just like,
it's
oh
like
no.
FBI is like not enough titties.
FBI. FBI is like he's like hashtag Goon City. I wanted to mention this earlier. I don't think I should mention it now, but I really wanted to.
Oh, are you gonna talk about the dude? I forgot you said you wanted.
I wanted to talk about him, but I don't know if because that shit. Like, imagine just talking about like the porn convention shit and then the Goonicide.
That was a fucking wild fucking hashtag. That was but that was the funniest fucking hashtag I've ever fucking seen.
I'm not gonna front, like the word goon is like honestly top 5 like words because like you hear that word goon, it's just like you kind of know, you kind of already know like, oh, it's that person, it's like, oh, it's that thing, and the fact, first of all, crazy, he was a family man. And it's just like and the place is funny too. It was like coffee but Hooters. Which is a crazy thing I didn't think exists, but it's just like it's but like, and then he pulls up. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" And then they're like, "You have no pants." And then he's like, "Oh shit!" And just drives off, and he disappears from the earth.
Yeah,
if he just like. The fact that he did it, I think, made it a big meme because it's just like, oh, like he was like, fuck, it's just like, you kind of can't feel bad for him because of like just like the fact that he did that is like insane, and it's just
that's
like,
a wild thing to do.
And it's just like, please don't do that. Like, y'all be, there's some people right there,
Or else you could end up with the Goonicide hashtag.
I know, you'll be a fucking meme, and that's your life. Like that dude's kid. That dude's kid is like that's his father's legacy. That's
kid.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up.
That's like. Man,
I didn't even know. Like, I didn't look into this shit.
It's fucking nuts. It's like one of the 2025.
I was gonna say something fucked up, but I was gonna be like, I mean, I think that's why I don't like it. I don't really feel anything because for me, it's just a dude that I saw that was like had his pants down and then he ended himself.
Fucking ended himself, and it's just like why. Why would you do the thing about other people, please? I'll just leave it off like that. Just think about other people. And then just don't fucking, just don't do what he did and then like that, But that shit was fucking crazy, hilarious, and like we're like 20 days in, and like shit's going off.
Bro, 2025 is already off to a fucking insane start.
Not only that, I keep forgetting that the Super Bowl's soon. I keep forgetting that the Super Bowl's fucking soon.
Yeah. Oh, that Kendrick for
that I'm gonna have to call off work there. So it's just like, yeah.
Hey, I was gonna wait if you. It's a discussion for off the podcast. But
yes,
yeah.
but like
but no, yeah. So kind of to wrap up the X3 talk.
We were just like kind of like I'm a little tired now. It was like a long recording, It's fucking packed with tons of crazy stories.
Yeah, and you're so processing
from the one and only, So it's just like the fact you said you printed 500 cards though, so we gotta just
we gotta move like ASAP. But no, so anyways, to wrap up X3,
amazing story though.
Yeah, like I said, it went from literally an event that I thought I was only gonna like experience once in my life to like something that I guess it will be a yearly tradition.
You're gonna be 81
between me and the boys.
Going, maybe next you're gonna see, cause like AI's coming. You're gonna fucking maybe see like sex robots and shit next year. Like it's gonna be like if we're going the way we're going, it's gonna be next year's gonna be a little fucked.
Speaking of sex robots, we saw a fucking I forgot. I think it was called the Rose or something, but it was like a male. It was like a male fleshlight that looked like a fucking lightsaber.
Oh wow. Why would one? He's like, lightsaber fucking turned me on so much. Like it's just like, I fucking suck it. That's crazy.
I think me and Nick almost got some and started. We couldn't do that because there was people in the booth, so we didn't want to be rude. But if there was nobody there, we probably would have grabbed them.
Oh man, just jacking flashlights.
But
that's fucking nuts. All right.
No, but to wrap up X3, like I said, it went from something that I thought I was only going to experience once to I guess now it's going to be a traditional thing or a yearly tradition with the boys. And shout out to all the people that went, George, the homie Rob, and the homie Nick. And a special shout out to the homie Nick because, like I said, the whole weekend he just looked out for me and Rob. It was like really a homie for sure. And also shout out to X3. And then shout out to everybody who attended X3 that we met because everybody was super dope and nice. And again, just to reiterate, like I did on the first time that I went, if you're somebody that's on the fence and you've like considered going to an event like this, I would say just say fuck it and do it at least once in your life. So just like you get to experience because it is like Mike has said and like I've said, it's definitely a wild experience and you're definitely gonna walk away with some stories. So again, I can't wait to see what happens next year because we're gonna fucking go next year, I guess. But so again for this year for X3, this is my recap. But now to finally wrap this up, let's get into our suggestions of the day.
Suggestions of the day, just completely wild stories, and I completely forgot. You know what? I'm gonna recommend this. I'm a big fan of Run the Jewels, but which includes LP and Killer Mike, and I'm going to talk about the very first collaboration, not Run the Jewels itself, but rap music by Killer Mike from 2012. I go back to this album from time to time. I think it's aged gorgeously, and it's honestly becoming more and more one of my favorite rap albums. Like I really, the delivery of Mike is crazy hard, and then LP's production is just bombastic and nasty. Yeah, this is a very I love Run the Jewels, but I think this is probably like my favorite collaboration from them. Yeah, as a duo. That being said, Run the Jewels 3 is fucking up there.
So I think I'm gonna go with a absolute hip hop classic as my recommendation for this episode, and the reason why I'm gonna be recommending it is because when we were walking around, I believe it was the first day of the convention. They were obviously playing music and they played the song. And it had been a long time that I've heard that song in like, especially in like a big like place like that. Because it's one thing to like hear it in your headphones versus like hearing it like at an event where there's like other people like vibing out. um, so my recommendation is gonna be the classic, one of my absolute favorite Kanye West songs, "Heartless" from 808s and Heartbreak. It's just I don't really think that there's anything that needs to be said about that song. Like I said, it's a absolute hip hop classic. And also, fun fact, one of the first Kanye West songs that I remember hearing.
Yeah, that was like, we were like in like probably late elementary, early middle school. We weren't friends yet, you know. It was just like it was, but I still remember hearing that song a lot. You know, it was like
that was a fucking random. Like, I didn't fucking know you, but I really
well, I did a movie. I did a movie where I moved yet, so sorry. it was like that's how far back we're going with this song, you know.
But no, yeah. So that's gonna be my recommendation, and that's gonna do it for this episode. We hope you guys enjoyed, and
yeah, Super Bowl coming up.
Yeah,
very
Super Bowl coming up. So,
world's going to shit, but Super Bowl's coming up.
And then also next month,
and
we
then
have the unfortunate task of reviewing that Green Day album. You almost forgot, didn't you?
No, I haven't, because I've been listening to other Green Day albums because I like Dookie. Well, that's the name of one of their first albums, Dookie. Then American Idiot. Like it's a band that holds a very close thing, a nostalgic place in me.
And you're gonna have to
and I have to listen to their worst album that they've ever made, and I'm like, I really just go out my way to like shit on the artist.
So wait.
Like.
I think I don't know if I've asked you yet, but have you heard this album already?
Yes.
Okay, so here's this is why it's gonna be fun, because you're going into it already hating it because you've already listened to it, whereas I'm going into it completely blind.
Yeah, and like it's gonna be like a different genre too. It's more like it's not even pop punk. It's like some fucking garbage and fucking shit. That's what it is. But like it's not rap. The last two. Well, that MGK album barely used. It was okay, fine.
That one was at least fast and over with.
Yeah. Well, this album is not long at all.
All right, cool.
But like, it's not
that
big deal.
That Chance album was fucking atrociously long.
You're like it's not bad, but like keeps going.
Yeah,
and it gets really bad.
It's like, you know what it is. It's a mediocre album that like as soon as but like it starts off mediocre and it just keeps going, and so as it keeps going, it just gets worse because it's like more mediocre shit.
No, it's like. That was a meaty one too. That was like, that was hard to get through the first time.
Yeah, that was not an album that needed.
Usually, I listen to things twice just to like, okay, I got it. You know, it's just to be like, okay, 2, maybe even 3, 4 times, if anything. But like, I had to keep listening to this because I'm just like, everything's the same. It's like a void. It's like a fucking blur into non-existence. That's what that MGK album did to me. It was
literally like triple the fucking runtime of the fucking MGK album.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But that Green Day one, I'm not very excited to hear.
I'm just curious just because like your reaction last episode when that album got picked was fucking great, and so like that's why I mainly want to listen to it, because just based off your reaction, I have a feeling I'm in for some shit. So.
I hear that, and I hear that other shit. I'm like, what happened? And it's like they made bad albums before.
Wait, what year did that album come out?
2020.
Oh, so it's recent.
Yeah.
And now I can see why it was bad, because I was gonna say if it was an album they made back in the day, like. Yeah, that's gonna be bad.
But they've made multiple bad albums though, so it's just like this was the worst one, you know. And it's just like it's hard out here being a Green Day fan, even though they're still good performers. The albums, I know.
Well, I don't know. We'll make sure you stay tuned in for that.
Yeah, we'll stay tuned
for the Green Day album review, and then of course we'll be covering the Super Bowl performance.
Yes.
So,
and then your birthday's coming soon too.
And I'm getting fucking old, so
it's fucking.
We get more into that next month.
Get your wheelchair.
Shut the fuck up. But we hope you guys fucking enjoyed this episode, and we will see you all in the next one.
Enjoy our meat.